Happy weekend, everybody! The weekend is upon us, and we have so much going on that we need to tell you about. From fashions created from anything but fabric to Olympic athletes being in town, scavenger hunts, ultimate opera ski parties. We've got it all, and we want to tell you all about it. So let's get rolling. Vail Valley Live starts now.
And good morning, snow lovers. How about that image of Tricia Swenson? We're going to be going back out to her shortly, not only for interviews, but also some slope side content that shares with you how good the snow is. I've got your snow report, your weather report. We're going to talk about whitewater kayaking, which you can already do this season here in the Eagle River Valley, actually down in Glenwood, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I feel like I just want to share the good news from my fancy notes that I took right before we went on. Let's bring them up. Can we do snow reports right away? Leah's here in the studio with me. Great to see you this morning. Thanks for putting up with me. We were just cranking Lainey Wilson this morning, right? I'm trying to introduce Leah to like more contemporary country music, and her and Morgan Wallen. We had them just wailing in here, and we're amped up on like 9 cups of coffee and snow. I'm going up today. Are you? I suggest it. Your snow report looks really good. 4 new inches of snow at Vail, Beaver Creek picking up 5. This weather and mountain report brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne, located on the other side of Vail Pass, which I wouldn't do that drive right now. This weekend, that's a different story. We'll talk about that in just a second. 2 to 4 inches possible today. This is on top of the 4 inches that we had overnight last night since yesterday morning as of 5:30. And the snow continues. We are going to not only show you the roads, I actually have some video footage driving in to get you prepared, because Western Eagle County, we got blasted early in the evening yesterday, and I expected to wake up to a few inches there. Really nothing, but Up Valley get hit. Colder temperatures are here as well, but your official report, 4 inches in the past 24 hours on Vail, 14 inches in the past 7 days. That brings Vail's season total to 326 inches. They have a 70-inch settled base, 275 runs, over 5,000 acres, and the potential for another foot of snow just under that over the next 5 days. And then you go 6 to 10 range, and they're adding another 7 on. So snow, a break, then more snow next week, and we'll dive into those details a little bit deeper in just a moment. On the top of your screen, that is what is at Beaver Creek. They've had that 5 inches. This is great news for Beaver Creek in that they've actually outdone Vail by just an inch in the past 7 days from this storm. They picked up that 5 inches. That brings their weekly total to 15 inches, 313 inches for the season, 58-inch base, 163 runs. Go out there and get after it. That's what I got to say, Leah. Get after it. Today is one of those days because this weekend, it's going to be busy. I promise you. It's also going to be sunny. And John stopped by. He is the general manager here at the Grand Hyatt, which we love, by the way. This place is so sweet. I just walked through their deli this morning and like their little bakery area. It's worth making a little pit stop if you're coming in. I say that because he came in. He's like, man, Ken, I'm kind of a new skier to this thing. And, why is the snow so good right now? Here is why. And in a bit, actually, Leah, we share my wife's footage. We can share this later. Check this out. My wife, happy birthday. It's her 21st birthday, something like that. Went out on Monday. And although it was windy and overcast, I just want to share this. We weren't like shredding. This was at 2:30 in the afternoon on Game Creek Bowl, right? It was cold. Look at the snow. This is now coming in to mid-mountain down through Christmas. And this is coming up now northwards. Look how good the snow is. This was on a Monday, again, at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We skied all the way till 4. It was quiet. Why is it like that? It's because it's been cold. We've had awesome accumulation. It has stayed overcast. It has stayed cold. We haven't had a whole lot of sunshine on it. The snow has accumulated. So even the afternoons are very good. And the weekdays, that's what it's all about. Monday through Friday. I like those because the weekends, spring break, let's face it, it can get a little busy out there. It's also going to become quite nice, as you saw from the weather report just a second ago. A lot of sunshine this weekend, warmer temperatures, but then guess what? Monday, Tuesday, the snow comes back. I want to bring Tricia Swenson up right now. She looks fantastic out there. She's also on the mountain. Hi, good morning. Good to see you this morning. You look great out there. This looks nice.
Oh, well, thank you, Ken. You know what? Well put. The reason the snow has been so good and so consistent, I even called it, I say January snow. I mean, it was like January snow earlier this week with those colder temperatures. We haven't had as many sunny days strung back to back to back to back where it melts during the day. It gets really slushy. We call it corn snow, mashed potato snow. And then it freezes overnight. Even though the till goes over it with the groomer, it gets a little hard packed, and then you need to wait for it to soften up. We haven't seen that cycle. So you're getting the best of the best, even though we are closing out the month of March. You're getting really midwinter style of snow. And I heard it was kind of like cream cheese yesterday.
Yeah, I
maybe
can see
soft
that.
serve ice cream.
Well, I saw
Cruising
you.
through.
It was my wife's birthday on Monday. Thank you for turning out. We had a surprise birthday party, and thank you to Zeno's. That was a lot of fun. But I told you that day when you came in, I was like, I took her skiing because it was her birthday. She wanted to, but also to kind of let her girlfriends get ready with the surprise party.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a prude when it comes to snow. I've got some early access up there, and I like going early, and I actually like being off the mountain by like 10:30 or 11. So I was like, yeah, sure, let's go, honey, make some turns.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I just showed the footage
Yeah.
just a moment ago. I mean, Monday afternoon, we had that accumulation. We then had fresh snow on top of it throughout the day, and it was still cold. And this is one thing you got to prepare for. That's across the top where it's exposed. But Tricia, look at the powder mixed in there. And again, I mean, this is after the resort's been open for like 6 hours.
Yes, and you know what? And I heard from some other people who went out Tuesday afternoon at like 2 o'clock, and they said, "Wow, it's so good." And you know what? I mean, we'll see that change this weekend, but I think even just having 2 days of the sunshine and the highs in the 40s, still up on the mountain, I think it's going to be a bit cooler. I think we're going to have that rattle the fillings out of your teeth kind of mornings until we see several days in a row where it is sunny. But you know what, Ken? It's a good vibe out here. We're just getting things ready to go. Hey, I'm wearing my 2015 hat because, when we had the Alpine World Ski Championships, Michaela won gold on home soil. We normally don't have the women's U.S. ski teams here because we always host the men's with the Birds of Prey. But Michaela Schifrin's going to be back in town on Sunday. And, I can't quite say who else is going to be here, but it's going to be worth showing up.
Lindsey
It's
Vonn.
pretty much going to be it's going to be the who's who of ski racing. I think we'll be here on Sunday.
Lindsey
Everyone's
Vonn.
being pretty. You
I'm just
think?
going to say,
You
I
think?
don't know. You know what?
I know.
I mean, let's just face it right now. If Lindsay's watching today, she's not going to like this one very much. But let's just face it. Michaela is like, everyone knows Lindsay's name, but Michaela was on Jimmy Fallon the other night. Like, she's got that celebrity status. She's a beast. She's the actual record holder. She's all these things. Lindsey Vonn has retired. I'm going to get hate messages over this. Like, you can't take it out of Lindsay. I've known Lindsay since she was in high school. And we like to joke with each other, and she takes it out of me. Lindsay's not going to miss the opportunity to show up when there's a big event like this one. I'm going to that one. I'm saying Lindsay turns up. Prove me wrong,
Okay,
Lindsay.
well, I hope so. I mean, I think it'll be cool to see who will show
Yeah.
up. I know who else is in town. Okay, so that's 4 o'clock.
The Rock? Is The Rock coming?
Sunday. No,
Lindsay and The
Rock's
Rock,
done.
are they showing up? No. That'd be cool.
No, The Rock doesn't. I don't even know if that guy skis.
Rock don't ski.
We should show up. Jimmy Fallon should show up because Michaela just gave him a pair of her atomic skis. But Ken, so that event is over. That is going to be on Sunday. At 4 o'clock. It's free. It'll be at Solaris Plaza. So don any of your World Cup gear or bring your cowbells. That could be a good thing for you to do. And then Johnny Mosley, I know he will be here because he's going to be here on Saturday because he's doing the Ski for MS Can Do Multiple Sclerosis, formerly the Jimmy Huga Center. They are putting on their annual Vertical Express Challenge. So I don't know that Johnny is going to be here. I'm trying to get him on the show. So we'll see if we can wrangle him up. Yeah,
Why do I always
roll.
think dinner
Now,
roll whenever
yeah,
Johnny
let-
Mosley comes up? And that also shows our age, because, like, Leah, do you know what that means, dinner roll, Johnny Mosley? No. See, Leah, and how old? You're what,
I
in
didn't
your
tell
20s?
her all about it yesterday.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, she doesn't know it.
I know.
Anyway, I'm not trying to take it out. I do want to go back to the Lindsay and Michaela thing. That's my guess because she's here all the time. Those two ladies are absolutely amazing. Michaela right now, however, I just think, I mean, the records that she's setting, where she's at in her career at this point, she's absolutely as strong as any human being that I've ever seen physically. You know, her career, I don't even think she's like halfway through, right? I mean, she's get like,
No,
what do you
she's 28.
put it at, yeah, 28 years old. Put it in the chat to our viewers. You know, how many more records you think she'll shatter, or how many more wins will she have?
Yeah.
I mean, she is a
Well,
phenomenon. And I was also gonna say, born and raised right here in Eagle County. That's pretty cool.
yeah, and Ingemar Stenmark, whose record she broke at 86 wins, he even said, he goes, wow, she's much better than me. She skis all the disciplines, and she'll probably go to 100 and beyond. She's only 28 years old. She just had her birthday in March. So we'll just see. But yeah, so come on for that. But a few other things that were going on this weekend. So last night, Ken, I had a chance to go to a benefit for Roundup River Ranch. And I know you know about that camp. It's out by the Colorado River, just 8 miles north of Walcott.
Amazing
And
place. Amazing.
one thing they do when one of the first meals, when all the campers get there, and this is a Paul Newman, seriously fun hole in the wall camp. He's got these all over the world actually, and this one has been around now for at least a dozen years, if not more. But it's for children with very serious illnesses. And so one thing they do to kind of break the ice on the first night is they do a no hands spaghetti dinner. All right. So no hands spaghetti dinner. It gets
Hands
very
behind your back.
messy, but
Eat
they
like
do
this.
it because they do it. Yeah, I don't make you put the hands behind the back.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not a pie eating contest.
Okay.
But okay, but they do make they say it kind of levels the playing field because sometimes maybe some of these kids maybe have some disabilities that maybe they can't handle the silverware or that kind of thing. So it's a lot of fun. So they did this with a small group of patrons at Ticino, which is an Italian restaurant in the Avon Center, that lodge that's right in the middle of Avon, and a great restaurant and wonderful food. But there they were. They're bringing out the plates of spaghetti, and we were literally putting our faces in there, our noses in there. We had sauce up our nose, but it was a lot of fun.
Tricia,
And
who's that in
it's
the
such a
back with a mouthful? Like, you're kind of trying. The gal directly behind you, sort
yeah,
of. The woman in the
that's
far
Nadine.
corner is going for the win. Who is
Yes,
that?
that's Nadine. She's our
Nadine, nice
local
work.
veterinarian.
Also, I know Nadine. She comes down, spends some times with our horses. Cool.
Yes.
I didn't recognize her with spaghetti mouth. That's awesome. What a great cause. Tricia, I do want to talk to you real quickly about the Roundup River Ranch because we do have a huge bullhorn, I would say, that we can talk to people about certain things that are important in our valley, and that looks like a great event, so much fun. But this is also our chance. The Roundup River Ranch truly is a remarkable place. We've seen that created over the years. I think you were right. I think they browned on it maybe like 17-ish years ago, 15 years, sort of got the property and going. And in the course, since it's been open, when you go to this property, you go up the Colorado River Road. I think it's about 10, 12 miles. It's in a beautiful ranch setting. When you pull through the entryway, they have this magnificent old railroad car. And then you go in, and there's a number of different facilities there. There's places for the kids to stay. There's a huge medical facility there that is staffed full-time by physicians and nurses because the young adults that are there are sick. And then there's a number of like little areas for them to do things, and it has a profound impact not only on the kids, the young adults, because they're of all ages that go there that they've never had this opportunity. They're facing a life-changing and life-threatening illness. Their families sometimes come along, get to see them enjoy this. I mean, it is absolutely the greatest thing. It is one of the most awesome things we have here in Eagle County. You can donate to it. I suggest you look into it. I know a bunch of you out there have deep pockets and you can just make an incredible donation. I promise you, this is one that you are making a difference. This place is just it's great. We're so lucky to have it, and we're so lucky to share our valley, and I suggest that you check it and make a donation. There's what I have to say about the River Ranch. It's that cool. They
Yeah.
do things.
Yeah, and they have a lot of different levels that you can give, and you can volunteer your time as well. So yeah, check out the website for more. But hey, Ken, I've got an interview. I got to get rolling. So while we
Who do
get
we
the
have?
show
Who's coming
started,
up?
and we've got we're going to talk about Valley Voices with Vail Valley Theater Company. So we'll be back. I got to get it rolling.
All right, you got it. All right, stay with us as Vail Valley Live continues. I have Tricia. We will talk more about the skiing and the snow conditions, even some whitewater kayaking when we return. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Peggy Ziegler, fashion guru and stylist for the Outlets at Silverthorne. I'm to share with you an amazing place called the Colorado Welcome Center. We've got fabulous brochures on all the nearby places and towns and things to do right here while you're in the county and visiting the Outlets at Silverthorne. And of course, pick up your Elite Savings Card booklet, offering you fabulous discounts and a rewards program too. See you soon.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Surgery is kind of a one-stop shop. We have everything in-house.
We have cast techs, MRI machines, x-ray, of course, right at the clinic, physical therapy right at our clinic.
I'm going to get bottom of what your diagnosis is with all the resources we have, and that's what we...
At My Future Pathways, our mission is to be the helping hand that enriches and elevates the lives of youth and families of our valley so they can reach their full potential. Through our holistic approach, our tutoring service and programming strengthen our community, develop self-worth, create opportunities, and promote values. We are My Future Pathways.
Welcome back. You're going to want to stay with us throughout your morning until 8:30. We've got your snow reports. We have what made headlines in the Vail Daily, conditions, and more. We also have the Vail Valley Theater Company. They're joining us down in Lions Head. We're going to send it out to Tricia. Tricia, I've seen a couple of their performances. I haven't caught up to them lately. What do they have in store for us?
All right. Yes, we want to fill you in on what the Vail Valley Theater Company is doing. They've got a performance tonight, not a big stage production like they normally do. This is kind of an experimental project. It's called Valley Voices, and so Vail Valley Voices. And joining us now, we have Jeff Apps. We also have Greg Strawn. And are you taking a selfie?
Oh, I did one of that.
For social media. All right.
Marketing.
Hey, marketing. Because we've got to let people know about this. And, you know, in comparison to what you usually do on a big stage and everything, we're going to bring it to the stage at Route 6 Cafe.
Yes.
So give us a little idea. And this is kind of modeled after Moth Radio Hour.
So Beth Swearingen decided to do this experimental program because, again, the Vail Theater Group, and it's theater with an R-E.
Yeah,
Remember that?
R-E when you search
so
for it.
vailtheater.org. And so it's an experimental thing where you go up there and you have 5 minutes or so when you tell a story.
Okay. And have you rehearsed stories, or are you...
Nobody knows what anybody's doing yet. Beth knows because we have to present to Beth.
Well, in all the meetings,
Well,
Jeff,
yeah, I don't
you
do
would
that.
know, okay?
I know, and we've got quite a long list of kind of the who's who in theater and musical production. Not only Beth Swearingen, Don Watson, John Tedstrom, Tierra Stansbury, John Maurer, Greg Strawn, Michelle Cohen-Levy, Shiloh, Liska, and then Susan Moran, Brian Biggs, and then our very own Jeff Apps right here. So quite a few people, they'll be getting up on stage. Can you give us a hint of what you're going to talk about tonight?
No.
Well,
So it's of your choosing.
we're doing something unusual. And the reason is that live theater has gone pretty quiet since the pandemic.
Oh, yes,
hit.
it definitely
Hate
has.
it.
And we want to reinvigorate it and create something for the community.
Okay.
So Beth's idea, who's the brain of this whole thing, is that everyone has a story. And she asked people that she knew well to tell a story.
Okay.
And no guidance, just what story you want to tell.
All right.
So it is a cornucopia. Some personal. Mine is a story of terror and humiliation.
Dun,
And,
dun, dun.
and it's a way to kind of connect with the local community. And I would tell people to come, even if it's a bust, it'll be good. It could really be kind of interesting, but you have to realize these are insights and very personal stories to these people that they picked above all others.
Okay. Well, and you guys are all presenters. You've all been on stage before. So that's going to be kind of neat. So you can kind of.
It doesn't mean that you're not nervous and you're kind of, I'm a performer and I do that, but this is totally out of my norm.
Okay.
Because this is personal.
Yeah.
I'm not singing a Bon Jovi song. I'm talking about me. That's hard.
Yeah. Well,
There's no hiding.
That's been kind of cool, kind of vulnerable. And I think that what's really been going on too is the Vail Valley Theater Company, when they started doing their productions again, they really reached out to the community. They got some new members. So if you're kind of curious about this group as well, this is a good way. And, it's just a $10 ticket at the door. And, it's going to be
fun.
Well, but I would say that the level of talent in the Valley would surprise most people. There are some really professional, experienced, charismatic people who are run around do this. I am married to one of these, and let me just tell you, thespians are a different breed.
So you're not calling them one, you're just by association one?
Yeah, oh, certainly. Yeah, no, I'm not getting up there and doing stuff. My wife said show up for and tell people about the Vail Theater Company. And I'm like, yes, ma'am.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I know. I was surprised that you were on the list today. But it's good. And this is going to be
VailTheater.org.
VailTheater.com. Okay, perfect. And it's going to be 7:30 to 9. They'll have drinks there. There's always
it's a bar.
Food. And the Route 6 is so supportive of so many things, whether it's theater and bands and everything else. So, all right, head on down. If you want.
And there's no downside because you can drink.
If you don't like it, you can always leave.
You can always leave. The more you drink, the better they sound.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know. Maybe we'll give them that $10 back. What do you think?
No
Only
refunds.
kidding.
Donation.
No refunds. It's a donation to the Vail Theater. All right, so vailtheater.org is where you can get some more information. But show up. It is tonight, Route 6 Cafe, 7:30 to 9. And there's going to be a slew of performers that'll be sharing their stories. We don't know what they're going to be, but I'm guessing it's going to be interesting nonetheless. So thanks, you guys, for coming on. I know you gotta both get to work. You got day jobs, so let's let you go. All right, we'll take it back to the studio.
Thanks so much, Tricia. Great to not only see those guys show up this morning, hear about what's going on, but also see the snow. That's what gets me excited. Just beautiful shot, looking out onto the mountain this morning, and it is snowing. I have your road report for you, your snow report. I actually have video footage that I'll share in a moment for the road report of what the drive was like this morning and what you can expect as you're leaving down toward Eagle and Gypsum. I can't help but glance outside. You've probably noticed that all morning. Right here at the Grand Hyatt, the snow is just coming down, and we do have fresh snow. 4 inches at Vail, 5 inches at Beaver Creek, but it's time now to find out what made headlines in the Vail Daily. You can find this in blue newspaper dispensers around the valley or simply go online. It's that easy, vaildaily.com. You can read the paper online. Latest turn in road fight. Bellarmont Estates owners file a request to join the lawsuit on the side of the U.S. Forest Service, which is being sued for its approval of the controversial access road. You can find out about this on page A3. To be quite honest, I read through it because as a local, it's always interesting to know about where they're accessing places, what's open, what's closed, and how you get there. And apparently this is a court battle over the recent approval of a road that goes through public land to a private inholding in Eagle County. In other words, it goes through like essentially National Forest Service or open space land. I don't know the exact details, but that's what public land is, and it goes to a private area. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. It's a 680-acre parcel that is just north and west of Edwards. A lot of locals are familiar with that. Here's something everyone wonders about, though, and locals, we know it's time for the bears. Here come the bears. You can learn how you can keep the wild bears wild, and it is bear season. I've learned this over the years with bears. I've seen bears. You see them in town. They're around. Seen them in Alaska. They're pretty harmless. There's always the jokes. You just have to be able to outrun the person that's closest to you. That's not true. Nothing ever really happens, but the one thing I can't stress enough is why they come around, and that's food. So just be aware that we are approaching April. Black bears are going to be waking up from their hibernation, the part where they go from their minimal activity and reduction of metabolic process to waking up, being hungry, and coming out of wherever they've been. I have heard, Leah, you can come back to this. This is, and I don't know how you find out how you woke up a bear, right? But I've heard that running water is like an alarm clock to them. Have you ever heard this? No. Has anybody out there ever heard this? I mean, I don't know how you ask a bear that. Like, hey, Mr. Bear, what caused you to wake up this morning, today, of all day? Oh, the dripping water from runoff. But that's what I'd heard. You could chime in on that one. I want to take it on over to kind of local sports and extreme sports for Megan Buchanan. Many of us here know about her quest to conquer the 7 summits on the 7 continents, going and doing the highest peaks, and we've been looking forward to her accomplishing this Grand Slam. However, it has been postponed. You can learn about why on page A4. This is an enormous feat. If you just climb every 14er in the state of Colorado, which, by the way, the record was just set of 71 days, beat the prior person who had 84 days. They were summited this past winter, over the past few weeks is when the task was accomplished. However, climbing the 7 summits on the 7 largest peaks on continents, it's unheard of. So she's done Everest. We'll have to find out why she's passing on this one. Sports. We have some huge local rivalries here. Vail Mountain School completes its season sweep of the Huskies. Oh, that's gotta hurt, Huskies. I know. I'm with you. The Gore Rangers went 5-0 en route to a 9-6 road win. This is a big battle. We have some remarkable athletes here in the high country. You can read about it on page A28, whether it be lacrosse, football, skiing, Nordic. We talked about Michaela Schifrin. We have just amazing athletes. We also have great arts and entertainment. I'm going to go back in a little bit. We're going to talk to Tricia in detail on what she would do this weekend. You can read about that on page B1. And then also check out the Art Weekly. It is the Vail Daily Spring Edition Abstract Icons. Let's go back to Tricia. Let's do this because I could read about Tricia's picks. No. Oh, she's not? All right. Well, whenever she is ready. Want to do weather? Let's knock out. Let's do roads, and then we'll get Tricia ready. I want to know what Tricia's doing this weekend. I saw her drive through here slowly this morning, and you're going to want to do the same when you see it in the video right here. We'll take it outside. This was starting right around Eagle Vale and then coming east here to the Grand Hyatt, and you can see kind of wet conditions. Down Valley Eagle gypsum, not that bad. It's not until Walcott that you start to see it like this. Dow Junction from the dash cam, it's tough to tell right there, but there's a slight glaze, and you can see that sloppy, choppy nonsense on either side, and also the off-ramps, super sketchy. This is rolling in right now toward Minturn, but we're going to take you a little bit further this morning and let you see what it was like all the way to the frontage road and how much it changes over the course of that 3 to 4 miles. This is something to point out. Truckers are trying to chain up. This trucker, I love truckers. They're backbone of America. That was a horrible spot to stop, and you can see how icy and snow-packed it is on the off-ramp. So just be aware out there. Slow it down. Just like fully slow down if you're headed into Vail. I know it doesn't look that gnarly on the footage, but again, icy snow-pack conditions. And then look at this change. That is now on the frontage road on what it looked like this morning. I don't know that I could share it any deeper than that one with people, Leah. I mean, hey, what are the roads like? Well, Ken shot video from his dash cam and showed us. Oh, Tricia looks ready. Let's go to her. Tricia, the viewers want to know. There you are on your little segment. Tricia's Weekends Pay. I see Michaela on there. I love this, by the way. And you know who else loves this? My wife. She's like, oh, Tricia, like this sounds, I didn't know about this. I love it. I want to get to the bottom of it. What are you going to do this weekend? What's your plan?
Well, okay, you know what? I will be at the Michaela Schifrin thing at 4 o'clock. I was one of the few journalists that was allowed to get maybe 1 or 2 questions with her. Ken, I mean, they're going to have Getty Images, AP, USA Today. So, I don't know. I guess.
And Tricia Swenson. Let me
got in
brag for
there.
a second. Listen, I am gonna brag about you, this program, myself for a split second. I don't mind. You don't have to be humble all the time. Let's face it. We have known. I was telling Lindsay since she was a kid, Michaela and her family since she was, middle school. Going back and having Thomas Walsh that hosted our show. He was our kid reporter back in the day, and that connection. You know what I'm talking? Like, it runs deep, and that is awesome. You deserve to get that credential, and I guarantee you they went through them. No. I promise you this happened. They went through it like, oh, no, and then Tricia Swenson. Yes, of course. Like, Tricia will be here. So,
well, you know what?
I love it.
They know I'm gonna just keep it classy and only ask appropriate questions. Hey, but I remember interviewing Michaela when she just got her driver's license. It's been a while that we've been interviewing these athletes that are we have access to in this area and everything. So it should be a lot of fun. So I'm going to that. But another event I want to make sure that we talk about is Project Funway. So that is going on Saturday night. And Ken, this started out just as an idea. A couple moms, were like, they liked the show Project Runway. They were doing some sewing on their own and some different projects. And they're like, hey, what if we actually had this be an event and had people make outfits out of anything but fabric? Okay, that is the key here. So Ken, I've seen things made out of candy. I've seen things made out of stuffed animals. I've seen outfits made out of spoons, plastic, flatware. The tickets from the parking structure, lanyards, vegetables, hockey sticks.
This looks awesome. I've seen it. I've seen the images. I've seen photos of you there. This is incredible. Look how big it's gotten as well and how popular. I mean, it started off pretty simple, and now this is a full-on show. This is a fun event, not only for the fashion and for what it raises money for, but also what a social gathering. This is cool.
Oh, yeah. It's grown so much, and I think it's in its 12th year. And so when it first started, when it was at the Eagleville Pavilion, Ty Diaz, me, Heather Hoddard from Holy Toledo and Minturn, she's the gal with the purple hair, and Trista Sutter, we were the judges. Okay, and we were the judges for many years. It moved from the Eagleville Pavilion over to the Donovan Pavilion. Then it moved to the West End Ballroom. And now it has been at the Dobson Arena for the last several years, and they really deck that place out. They bring in the runway, they bring in the VIP tables, they bring in the high tops, and there's pricing pretty much for everyone, which is really nice because you can pay for the VIP table and get that experience, or if you just want to pay the $45 and have the bleacher seating, it's all going to a great cause because Ken, unfortunately, Colorado ranks is some of the lowest in teacher pay and teacher retention and those kind of facts and figures. So this is just a fun grassroots organization. It's a very creative fundraiser and it's very different every year. And it's one of my favorites out on the fundraising circuit.
Is that where the money goes to? Let me go back on that one. Is that where it goes to? It goes to help teachers in our valley? Education?
Yeah. So Education Foundation of Eagle County, EFECT, FEC, that's where it goes. And then they divvy up the funds. But this is their largest fundraiser, their major fundraiser of the year. And it's great to see this fundraiser keep going. So tickets are available. 5:30 is when they're going to open the doors. There's a buffet. There's a silent auction. If you can't go, I tell you, go to the website, projectfunway.org. Take a look at that silent auction because there's a lot of great things, whether it's dining, gift certificates, lodging, golf, a trip out to Palisade, Colorado to do some wine tasting. It's pretty in depth on what they've got there. They've done a lot of great collecting of different prizes. So that's going on this weekend. And then, Ken, I don't know if you've heard of there's another one of my picks, the Ultimate Opry. It's in Avon. It's going to be beer tasting. It's a big beer festival, but they're, of course, going to bring in some wines and then the spirits and seltzers. And it goes from 1 until 6, and they have 2 different bands. One is called Band Camp, and they're going to be playing songs from the 70s. So, from Aerosmith to ZZ Top, they're going to be playing all that kind of music. And then they'll take a little break, and then the next band, Blink 90210, So kind of a Blink 182, Beastie Boys, Tiffany, Gin Blossoms, kind of Sublime, all those stuff from the 90s.
Is
They'll be
Ian
playing
Ziering
that.
in it?
Yeah, maybe Ian
Be
Ziering
Ian
will
Ziering
show
showing
up.
up? Tricia, I wanted to go back on the fundraiser thing. That's my Ian. Yeah, that's right. It's not Ian. It's Ian. He'll let you know too. The project runway. I go back to the teacher thing. You should go just to support teachers. As someone with two high school students, I know what teachers. I think I know what teachers are going through. We could not reward them more. I mean that. Talk about having a tough job for like minimal pay. It's insane. So I love that. I like that event just for that. Anytime you can help a teacher. If you see a teacher, your kid's teacher, out at lunch or something today, go buy their lunch or bring them a gift card today. Be like, hey, I wanted to buy lunch for you. Do something nice for the teachers that take care of our kids.
I doubt teachers have time to go out to lunch.
They don't. That's right. They don't go to lunch. That's right.
I don't think you're going to see them at the Drunken Goat today or Village Bagel.
Send them a debit card for some wine, and to go have some wine. And Tricia, where would we send that debit card? Off the top of your head, if you could buy a teacher a glass of wine in the Valley, where would you send them?
Oh, you mean like a gift?
Yeah, where would you go?
Go buy it?
Here you go,
or
Mrs.
like a
Smith.
wine store.
Yeah, no, whatever.
Do you mean
a Tricia's gift? Where would you do it from?
Probably like Riverwalk Wine and Spirits. Yeah. Or maybe I would give them a gift card to go to like the Drunken Goat.
Yeah, see, so do that. Do what Tricia just said. Help out a teacher. I'm going to let you move about, Tricia, because you have a light accumulation on the right side of your face.
I know.
Your cheekbones are telling me it's a powder day out there. And
it's a little snow globe up here. Hey, I'm getting a chai tea at this new place called Bell Cafe, which is in the Arabelle. So,
spicy hot chai.
I'll go see if it's ready.
Awesome, we'll do it. Good to see you, Tricia.
It's
Let her go. She just cracks me up. It's always like that, Leah. Like you just wind her up, let her go, and it's game time. We got to take a short break. Coming up, we have an interview with one of our local teachers. We'll also have more weather and mountain reports and details, and also whitewater kayaking at this time of year. We'll be right back.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery stands for providing the highest quality of care to our unique patient population here in the mountains.
I think that what makes us unique is that we really are practicing groundbreaking techniques, yet, we practice it in a small town environment. Our patients are our neighbors and our kids go to school with their kids.
I think every one of our docs treat their patients like their family. Our goal is to keep you active, doing the things you want to do, and we'll map out a road to success to get you there.
Love is in the air at the outlets at Castle Rock and Silverthorne. And we are going to wow you with some of the fabulous looks that we have to share with you today from J. Crew and Adidas. Let's take a look. Here's Rachel in J. Crew. I love her navy preppy blazer with striped lining, striped pink tee, amazing white jeans, white sneakers, and gorgeous pink ribbon earrings. With her savings card booklet, it'll be $197, saving $316. Here's Enza in J. Crew Kids with her denim jean jacket, her heart filigree tee, sweetheart leggings, heart necklace, and her white slip-on tennis shoes. Full outfit $101 with her savings card booklet. Wow, Liv, you look amazing in J. Crew sportswear line. From her fabulous striped button top, pink leggings, fleece jacket, pearlized headband, fingerless gloves, and her amazing tennis shoes with the pink and copper colors, all from the internet return. Her outfit to $145 outlet, fabulous. Kate is in Adidas in her pink hoodie, pastel leggings, black tote, and her white and pink running shoes. Her whole outfit would come to $138. Okay, Rachel, you look fabulous in your amazing full-length bubble coat from Guess. You've got your fabulous hoodie with the faux fur, and look at those adorable pearl gold shades. Whole outfit with the shades, $138. Here's Kate in Adidas with this black cropped jacket, $42. It's 40% off of their jackets. Here's Liv. She's in Guess in the most amazing puffer jacket with fleece detailing inside the hood. Love the black belt and the sunglasses. Jacket reduced to $65. And her shades are only $45 from $90. Love is in the air at the outlets at Castle Rock and Silverthorne. And just a reminder, be sure and pick up your savings card booklet at the outlets at Castle Rock in the food court, at customer service, and the outlets at Silverthorne at the Colorado Welcome Center. Love is in the air, and so are the discounts that you're going to find in the savings book. See you soon.
I recently found out that I was awarded an EFEC grant for $2,600 for our STEAM program here at HPS for the middle school. And I'm not going to lie, I cried when I found out because it's going to give us all kinds of robotics kits and STEM kits that are going to introduce concepts to these students that I know they have not explored before. And being able to immerse them in coding, robotics, into simple machines and things like that, it's going to open up their eyes to many more opportunities in life, I feel like, because there are careers associated with that they may have never thought of before. And then learning these skills too in a 21st century, it's so different. They go out there, they're in a technological world, and the more knowledge that they can have about that going into it. So receiving this grant and these products, these things are going to just they're going to give these kids so many opportunities to learn things that I would not have been able to teach them without.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, keeping you active.
Thanks to Vail Summit Orthopedics for bringing you this Weather and Mountain Report. It is a good day out there, but we're going to make it better for you. We're going to use the Doppler 8000 on this. We're going to tell you about these Michaela Schifrin stickers. I don't know where you find them, but they're super cool. And we're also going to talk about fresh powder and more on the way. Now, today, here's kind of to paint the bigger picture on the weather and what you can expect, especially up valley. Down valley, Eagle Gypsum, you're going to be mostly overcast. But up here, it's a slightly different climate, at least until the end of today on Friday. Daytime highs only expected to reach up into the teens, maybe low 20s, especially with the wind chill factor. Now, in some areas, when you look at this, it says 29 degrees. You are not going to find 29-degree temperatures at the top of Vail Mountain likely today. Maybe this afternoon it'll clear out, overnight lows in the teens. Also consider that daytime snow that you see there. They're saying that we could receive another 2 to 4 inches of snow on top of the 4 inches that we received since 5:30 a.m. yesterday on Thursday. And then we could also see some snow overnight tonight. So Saturday morning's shaping up to be a pretty good one. It's also shaping up to be kind of a cold one and a dramatic change to the weather in general. We're going to have a lot of sunshine up here in the mountains, warmer temperatures. Look at your daytime high by Sunday as compared to this past week, 44 degrees coming up, but also windy. So those are things to think about today. That's what I want you to be prepared for mostly today. The drive is messy coming up valley. It is overcast, low light lenses. It's also brisk up there, as we'll hear from Tricia Swenson in a moment. She can tell you about the wind and what the conditions are right there at the base of the hill. But then we look at the next few days. On top is Beaver Creek. On the bottom is Vail. There's the 5 inches for Beaver Creek. They have the majority of the mountain opened at 98%. Vail has 100% of the mountain open. They're open till 4 o'clock also. So if we get that daytime snow, which look at those numbers over the next 5 days, 1 to 5 days, they're saying 11 inches is possible. A significant amount of that coming on Tuesday, the 4th. And then we go past that, and it kind of tapers off in the next 3 days after that, but still possibly delivering into the double digits. So we'll find out, all right? And Leah, this is where, I don't know if you're familiar with the Doppler 8000. This is where Doppler 8000 comes in. We're going to ask it. What did it say? 11? Can we go back? 11 inches? Is that right? We'll have to mark it. Today is March 31st, the end of March, right? So in the next 5 days, so that'll take us out to like Thursday-ish, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All right, we'll go to there till Tuesday afternoon. We're supposed to get 11 inches. So we'll check back on Tuesday afternoon. You ready? Ready with me? Everybody ready? Magic Doppler 8000, cutting-edge weather technology created in my garage down in Gypsum, a.k.a. Get Some, Colorado. Will we get 11 inches of snow or more out of this system? We're not going to take this answer. It says cannot predict now. No, Doppler 8000. This one's too major. We have to know. Ask again later. Come on, man. I'm going to shake. I'm choking. I'm going to Biggie Smalls you over the balcony. Oh, you want to read it? Take a look. Yes. Yes. It took 3 shakes. Doppler 8000 says by Tuesday, 11 inches or more. Let's bring this up. This is awesome. I just found this around the studio. I took a photo so you could see it closer. Maybe Tricia can tell us where to get these. Got her? There it is. Look at that. How cool is that? And this is, I mean, Eagle County resident, born and raised right here in the heart of the valley, in the Colorado Ski Museum, greatest of all times. Take it out. If you look on the left-hand side of that, or on the right of the sticker, see the goats? It's got 3 skiing goats on there, right? The goat. She's going to be here on Sunday. They're having a big event for her, and it is well-deserved. Congratulations, Michaela Schifrin. You do our valley proud. What do we got coming up now? What should I do? Oh, bring in Tricia. Yeah, of course. Hey, everything's better with a little bit of Tricia in it. Tricia, did you see the Doppler 8000?
Yeah.
It says 11 inches. It said
I think
yes.
it might be the weather. I think the weather was kind of affecting its signal, so you had to ask it 3 times.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Shake it. It's good to have the Doppler 8000 back here where it belongs. Can you help me out on this? I just showed this. I'm sure you saw it. Are you the person that located this? Where can people get these?
Okay, you know what? I think you might be able to get them at the ski museum. It was handed to me. Okay, it was handed to me, kind of stealthy, handed to me after March. She broke the record on March 11th, so it was kind of around that weekend when it was like handed to me.
Well, like usually you get stickers, and you like stick it on your Yeti or something. I don't even want to stick this. I mean, this is your sticker you left. I don't know where we find more. This is a valuable. This is a collectible, Tricia Swenson. We could put this on eBay.
And maybe they'll be giving more out on Sunday during the event or before the event. And now there's going to be a short autograph session. So, I mean, if you want to bring your Sharpie and your helmet or a poster, you can try. I just don't know how many people are going to be able to.
1 million people will be there. Everybody in Denver is going to be there. They're going to hang out. Everyone in Eagle County is going to be there. I'm going to try to be there. There's going to be a lot of folks. She's a popular young lady for good reason. I mean, this is huge for our entire valley. I mean, every time you turn on any network, but for us, it's Michaela, local Michaela. And, you think about everything she's been through over the past few years, and just like talk about persevering and overcoming and just crushing it. She's there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and what's kind of funny is that when she's been, she's been on all the talk shows, Good Morning America, the Today Show, not Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and when they call her the goat, she kind of just giggles, and she even says she zones out a little bit because all she can think of is goats in a little corral and like making that little noise. Like she literally said that in an interview, and it's pretty funny. So that phrase, greatest of all time, GOAT, it just conjures up this literally, it conjures up goats for her mind. So she can't quite, and she's humble anyway, so she kind of deflects.
She is so cool. Moment. I remember the last time that I saw her in person, I was at Beaver Creek doing snow reports early in the morning and was running laps, and they used to let us have that access at 7 a.m. And I'm on the chairlift, and I had heard rumor that Michaela was up there training, and they had built her like own little course for the morning. Nothing huge, but enough for her to go bang gates first thing. And she was kind of undercover, but of course it's first thing in the morning, and I get on the lift with her and her mom, and hey Ken, hey, how are you guys? Good to see y'all, and chatting. And I kind of wanted to go down the route of like, hey, could I get a few words? But I was more Ken, like, oh, hey, Ken, than, hey, Michaela, let me, you're in the middle of like having a break with your mom, let me put a microphone in your face. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. We just kind of hung out and chatted. And man, like, talk about someone that is, you say humble, that's an understatement. I mean, she is such a phenomenal skier, ambassador, athlete. She will run you into the dirt. Her cardio is, she has a resting heart rate of like 4. And I throw that out there because she is so nice, and she to her, I think she was one of those kids in Ski Club Vail not so long ago, right? Like, she's like, wow, that was only a few years, and here I am. I mean, she's as good as they get, and we're lucky to call her a local.
And let's just make sure we're clear. So she, she started out at Ski Club Vail, but she did do her later years at Burke Mountain Academy out east before joining the U.S.
I wasn't trying to give them all the accolades. You know what I mean? But I think to those kids,
I don't want anyone in the chat to think that we don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh,
where
I know.
She actually went.
Yeah. Well, it's and just so our viewers know, Tricia and I have a battle. Tricia, what do you call our valley?
Oh, no, Ken, I know it should be the Eagle River Valley.
No,
I grew up in the Red River Valley of North Dakota. I grew up in the Red River Valley.
It's ornery this morning.
So I know what it's called.
I say it because I don't get everything right.
Okay. Talking about this. Okay. What else do we need to cover? Probably the Valar
Nothing.
Right.
I think you got it all. Cool.
Okay.
Well, we will be back.
I got to run in. They made a coffee instead of my chai tea. So when I put that to my lips, I was like,
is that why you're so angry right now?
No. They've corrected it. So I'm going to go get that right now. So
awesome.
I'll
well,
see you in a couple minutes.
go have at it. We'll bring up snow details once again. Tricia Swenson down there in Lion's Head. If you see her, zip it. I don't think she's approachable this morning. We're going to get to those snow details. Let's bring it back up. 4 inches again at Vail, 5 at Beaver Creek, and more on the way. This is something to think about if you are traveling for today and tonight into tomorrow morning. It's going to be pretty snowy up over the top of Vail Pass. It does taper off. This weekend's going to be nice. We expect a lot of mountain traffic this weekend simply because we have a couple more weeks of the season opened here at Vail and Beaver Creek, and this is what you can kind of expect out there on those powder days. Beautiful mornings here in the mountains, and we hope that you can get out there and make some turns yourself. You're watching Vail Valley Live. We'll be right back.
We believe in the power of a live performance. We believe in making memories together. Join us as we celebrate 25 years of making moments that last a lifetime. Bringing concerts, comedy, Broadway, classical, dance, and family entertainment in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Beaver Creek Village. View the full lineup and get tickets today at villarpack.org.
Moet Vending for life's spontaneous, festive moments. Celebrate at the Grand Hyatt Vail.
It's time for Ask the Doctor with Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery. Let's get to the questions right now, and we've got some from the general public here. We got it in our little trusty Vail Valley Live hat. What's your number one piece of advice to hockey players? Since you were a hockey player yourself.
Well, my first piece of advice was that any young hockey player, make sure you're taking care of your studies. You know, I've gone on this great path in education. I've become a lifelong learner because even though hockey long ago was the most important thing in my life, not everybody goes to the NHL. Most people don't, and most people do something else. Number two is don't be a tough guy. I know hockey players are notoriously, we have to play through injuries and be proud of our fake teeth and things like that. But really, if you're playing through an injury, you can be making things a lot worse and potentially hindering your career.
Okay, so next question is, what are the best ACL graft options?
There's two kind of big categories: allograft, meaning a cover tissue graft, versus an autograft, which is your own tissue. So it's really whatever's going to be best for you. For the autograft, we have different options. One is the quadriceps tendon. Another has been kind of the gold standard for a long time is the bone tendon bone patellar autograft, and the other is hamstrings autograft. A great example, staying on this hockey theme, one of my previous college teammates just tore his ACL. Really recommended. He's a carpenter now. He's up and down on his knee a lot. So the quad was a great option for him, and he's done fantastic.
Okay, yeah, so talk it over with your doctor. Get the advice for you based on your lifestyle and activities. I have an old meniscus tear that didn't require surgery, but causes pain when I do certain activities like long distance running or weightlifting. Do I need to look at surgical options, or are there other treatments available?
So that's a question that is one of the more common ones I get asked, certainly after I've started practice here in Colorado. Most of the time we can treat meniscus tears without surgery. You really want to save the meniscus, so to speak, so that shock absorber stays there and can help prevent early arthritis or things like that. And there's some non-operative treatment modalities that are very great options for patients, such as these orthobiologic injections we can do that we offer. Therapy,